Recently, I posted a haul with a bunch of indie makeup from CBeautyMall, and I did ask you if you wanted to see a full face trying it out, or like kind of like a full face. I don't have any base products, I don't have a foundation or concealer or things like that. And a lot of you wanted to see at least the Kryptein Cosmetics palette that I unboxed in this video and that I swatched in this video. This is the Violet Crazy palette. A lot of people were excited to see what this brand is about. And I also have some other items. I thought, let's just do it. Let's just try it out, see what this is about, if it is good quality. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's just start with the Kryptein Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. The packaging of this is really nice. I really like the effect of this. And then the color story is really up my alley. We have some kind of like neutral shades, colorful shades. It's not exactly a neutral palette, but it's kind of like for neutral lovers that want to dabble into color, or color lovers that don't want to get too neutral. And I think I really just want to try out some of the purples in here. I think I want to do a little bit of a purpley look. I think I'm going to start out with the shade Heartbeat in the crease. I'm already wearing some eye primer. And this is kind of like a pinky purple matte. And this is actually looking more purple in the eyes than I thought it was going to look. That is a really beautiful color. Really pigmented. That is really nice, like super pigmented actually. By the way, if you haven't seen my haul video, then you might not know I do have a code with CBeautyMall. You don't have to feel like you have to use it, but I do like to mention it if you're interested in buying from them. They do have a Black Friday sale going on right now. I do have a code. I will pop it up the screen. And all my codes are also always in my description box. If you're ever like on a website and you think, wait a minute, I think Marlie had a code for this. What was it? It's in my description box. This first shade is looking really good. I want to blend it out a little bit with a clean brush. Just the edges before I go in with the next thing. I have a good feeling about this palette. It's swatched really beautifully. I really like the color story. And like so far, so good. I am gonna go into the shade called Midnight. It's the deepest purple in the palette. Looks like a really beautiful undertone. And I'm just gonna deepen up the outer corner with that. Is really nice. I feel like that crease shade softens it a bit, but not in a way that I dislike. I do like how this blends into each other. It's not like bam, pigment right away. Like it's pigmented, but it's also buildable. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's really nice. Like you can always get me excited with a good purple palette with some really nice purple undertones. Like I do like a more cool tone purple, but not in a way where it's like too harsh per se. And I think that these are the types of tones that I like to see in a purple palette. Like this was really easy to do. Gonna blend the edges a little more, and that is just really easy. Like I love a soft but colorful look like this. I feel like I say it a lot, but it's just true. Like this is the type of thing I live for when it comes to makeup. I'm gonna go into the shade called Faded, and I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line. That is such a beautiful shade of purple as well. Love it. I have this weird like patch under my eye where the shadow always looks a little patchy. I don't know what I have there, what it is. Is it like a bit of a like spot? I don't know. It's not the eyeshadow that looks patchy, it's just it makes it look patchy because I have a weird under eye nowadays apparently. Like on the other side, I never see that happening. Like this is looking smooth as can be. That is such a beautiful color. There's just this really specific type of purple. If I see that in a palette, I just get really happy. It's like a violet purple, I guess, which matches the name of Violet Crazy, or Crazy Violet. Violet Crazy. Okay, I think it's time for a shimmer. And there are so many beautiful looking shimmers in here. I don't really know how to choose. But like this shade is really calling to me. It is kind of like purple, but also a little like golden green. So it's definitely a multi-chrome. Blossom also has a little bit of a greener shift in it, but it's a bit more of a bright green. I do have to say that like holding it like this, like all 5 of these are shifting green. So keep that in mind. I think I'm gonna go into Violet Crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna apply that with my finger. This is what it looks like. It makes me think, this palette makes me think a little bit of the new Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Like it has a similar vibe to it with the shifty purple shades that lean a little neutral, smoky. That is a really beautiful shimmer. And it also kind of has like that really smoky, cool toned olive vibe in the shifts of the shades. That is really beautiful. I just took like the tiniest bit on my finger to not have it like fall and flake everywhere. Like you only need the tiniest bit. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the dark purple in the outer corner. Adding a little bit of depth. Ooh, that's getting real deep really quickly. Like the depth of the outer corner, I just feel like it has to match the shimmer a little more. More blending, of course. Believe it or not, there was a time, and it's actually documented on this channel, where I thought blending with a clean brush is not really necessary. You can just blend it while you're applying it, right? And you could tell, like it's clear that I thought that for a bit. Well, years and years before that, I mean, I've been wearing makeup a lot. I did actually always blend with a clean brush. But just one day I was like, you know what? It's not necessary. Why would I do that? And people did tell me. It took me a while to listen. This is looking really nice. For the next shimmer, what should we do? Should we go crazy and go for this kind of like yellowy one? I think we should go a little crazy. I mean, let's be on theme. So I'm gonna take that with my finger as well. That one is just absolutely stunning. That is just next level. I'm so happy I got to try this palette. That is so fun. That is so fun. Like that is such a beautiful sparkly, minty, cool toned yellow shade. I love that combination. Like this is making me really happy. Like this is giving me energy to live. I think for the inner corner, I want to go into the shade called Fairy Tale, which is kind of like a purple, pink, green. I see some yellow in there. It's a really shifty shade. And I just love a iridescent color on the eyes. Looks really flaky. I'm gonna see if I can apply it with a brush in the inner corner. That really is purple. That is such a beautiful, vibrant iridescent. By the way, if you hear some background noises, like the wind in the Netherlands has been crazy. Wind and rain. And I'll blend that up a little and a little on the lower lash line. That is a stunning shade. I think that might be one of my favorite shimmers I've tried this year. Like that is a shimmer I would go back into that palette for. That is really nice. Like it has multicolor sparkle with red, pink, purple, blue, and it just looks really cool. I also want to grab a little bit of the shade Blossom, and I want to put that on the lower lash line as well. The more cool toned purple shimmer. Just doing it with the same brush. I do love a shimmer on my lower lash line. I did get quite a bit of fallout, but I haven't done anything to my face yet, so it's gonna be relatively easy to clean that. But yeah, it's flaky, sparkly shimmers that fall on your face. As with a lot of indie brands nowadays, I mean, it's kind of the trend that we're seeing. I'm gonna go into the shade called Eternal. I feel like I'm using a lot of different shades. Like, happy about that. I'm gonna go into that one and do the smoky liner. It's a subtle difference because we have pretty dark shades going on the eye. And a little over here. I just love this little addition. It just adds a little bit of definition, but it does so much. When I forget, I'm really missing it. I'm gonna add a little bit of Anabla Cupid's Arrow in mauve in the waterline. And then this is the look before any mascara. I'm just gonna do a little bit of face makeup, do the brows, and then I will be right back to test the rest of the makeup. This eye look is so good. I really love it. How this came out is just very good. So done with the palette. My first impression, this is really nice. I have to try it more, of course. First time trying this brand, but that's promising. That's really promising. Alright, next up. I bought this Judydoll blush in shade 05. This is a Judydoll Glaze Blush Powder. Thinking I could probably use this as a bronzer. I think it's gonna make a little bit of a difference, but it's pretty close to my skin tone. So we're gonna see what that can do for me. But I do like a pretty subtle bronzer. I feel like it suits me best. So maybe for the winter this can be nice. I feel like this is quite a nice formula because it's really subtle, but it's a nice color for a bronzer for my skin tone. Like that is pretty cute. Like the subtle is different. Like the difference is subtle. Oh, how the turntables. It mattifies a little bit, but I feel like it has quite a nice kind of like skin-like effect to it. Why is this kind of beautiful? Why is this kind of nice? Like I can go in a lot and I don't feel like I can really go wrong with this. It just adds a bit of definition, a bit of color, but it isn't a orangey undertone. Like it has a really nice kind of rosy undertone to it. And I don't know, I like the skin-like effect. Of course, I am wearing a little bit of a glowy skin tint, so it could look a little bit more matte with a different base, but I like this one. Like this is really nice. I think I could use it as a blush as well if I want a bit more kind of a neutral blush. I'm really liking that. Like that is looking really good. I can totally see myself using this as like my go-to winter bronzer because I feel like sometimes bronzer just looks so overpowering on me and I just look at myself in my thumbnails and I think it looks a little orangey. Like I don't need that much, I think, ideally, but I do love a bronze look, so it's kind of like trying to find that balance. Then I also have a blush. I have a blush duo. This was the one from SheenEffect, and this was the blush duo in S1, which had a light pink matte blush and then a glowy blush topper. I don't know if I'm gonna use this one today because I also have I have so many different highlighters that I could use, and I feel like this is gonna be really highlighty. So we're just gonna start out with that blush. And I don't know if this is gonna show up on me, and I'm a little scared it's not gonna, even though I'm pretty fair. That is very mattifying and very white based. Do you see that? That's very white based. Like my cheeks just turned matte. Is it smooth? Is it blurring? Yes. Do I see myself using this really? I don't know. I think it's a little too light for me. I do get that it's worn in a different way with a different makeup style, but for me personally, I don't see myself really wearing this. Like sometimes I get comments saying, yeah, but it's for a different makeup style, and I totally understand it. And I'm sure it works for that. It's beautiful, it's blurry, it's a certain kind of shade. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I don't really see myself wearing this. It's kind of like, it's kind of lighter, like it's lightening my skin tone. But in a way, I do get it. It's blurry. It's a nice formula. I do think I want to add another blush, otherwise I'm not going to be like fully happy with my makeup look? Or should I just use the Judydoll on top? I'm just gonna see if I can kind of mix it. Oh, yes. Yes. This is what I want. This is what I want in my life. The Judydoll coming to the rescue. Like, it's still not a super blushed look, but the Judydoll, I don't know, I really like it. That's really nice. Okay, we're sticking to the theme, sticking to the sea beauty, and we're gonna see what a highlighter is gonna do. Oh, I totally forgot. I kind of wanted to use this Joocyee, I think it's called, highlighter in H04, and this is really like this highlighter stick, but I don't know if it's gonna go with the like super matte cheeks situation that we have going on here. I think it might lift it up. Like if you have really matte products like this, usually a cream on top is not gonna work. Even if it's a cream that does work on powders, it's so powdery, it's so matte, like there is no stick to this whatsoever. Like it's really not gonna stick. By the way, I'm gonna add a little bit of powder to my forehead because I feel like now it's out of balance. We need to bring balance back into the world. Mattifying a little bit. Like we started out glowy, but we're mattifying. Alright, what highlighter are we gonna use? I'm most excited to try this one. The one from COLORROSE Water Ripple Series Highlights. And this was the shade... I don't think it actually says on this packaging, but I will put it in the description box. Oh wait, the shade was CR772. And this is just the most gorgeous highlighter I have seen. So beautiful. And we're just gonna try that one out. I think I have so many highlighters, too many to try in this video. But I will update you on them. Let's see. Oh, is it kind of shimmery? It looks kind of shimmery. Thought it was gonna be a bit more smooth. But it could also be that it looks very shimmery now in contrast with that really matte cheek. Like it's really beautiful. It is smooth, but it's kind of like this veil of shimmer type of formula with this one. I'm just kind of like patting this on the face. It is beautiful, but yeah, it seems to have a little bit of texture to it. And it's definitely quite a blinding, quite a light highlighter. Like it's a bit of a silvery tone. Can we play around a little bit more with this makeup maybe? Like I have this highlighter palette from, I don't know what this brand is, but this is the Passional Lover highlighter palette. And these are like colored highlighters. This one seems pretty pinky. So should I just try a little bit of that, like sweep it over the cheeks, and I might regret my decision. I'm also gonna film another video after this and gonna try not to ruin this makeup. Okay, I'm just gonna grab... Oh, that's really... Ooh! That's really pretty though. It's really smooth. Pinky, smooth, iridescent highlighter. It's taken away that iciness a little bit. That's a really nice blush topper. I do love a really glowy cheek, and that is definitely giving me that. That is really nice. It's just adding a little bit more color. It's still a little bit sparkly because of that first highlighter, but I don't feel like this second highlighter is really sparkly. It's really smooth and shifty. Ooh, I took a lot. I took a lot on that cheek. Just look at that. This is a little bit more natural. Like this is very glowy. Now we kind of have to match it. I have no choice. So that is the cheek with that highlighter. It's very purpley. It has a purple pink shift. It's very shifty. Like this has become quite the look. I'm gonna go in with the Judydoll blush one more time. One more time. To blend it together, to maybe tone down, shimmer a little. And then I'm gonna let it go. Then that's gonna be it for this look. I feel like that toned it down a little, right? looks a little bit more wearable. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. Like, I can sit here for hours trying to like get this cheek to something that it isn't. Okay, I still have a lip product that I want to try, and this was from Gogotales. So this is the lip gloss in G05. As I said, I will link everything down below. I'm gonna wear a little bit of a lip liner with that. And of course, I'm gonna wear Catrice Queen Vibes. So that is Queen Vibes. And let's apply this gloss. I think it's gonna go well with that lip liner. It's a little bit more rosy. It's really thin formula. It looks nice. Feels pretty good. But yeah, definitely on the thin side. I don't know how long this is gonna last. I'm gonna see if this is gonna last somewhat on my lips. I do feel like usually a little bit of a thicker gloss lasts a little longer, is a little bit more hydrating, but it looks really nice. Okay, so this is gonna be the finished look. I think there's a very, very definite clear favorite in this video, and that is the Kryptein Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. It's so nice. The highlighters I tried are also really pretty. Lip product, I still have to update you on. I feel like the formula of the Judydoll blush is really beautiful. I can really see myself using this as a bronzer or a blush, as kind of like a nude blush, because it is not that dead matte, flat matte type of product. It is just kind of like a skin-like matte, and it is very blurring. I really, really like that. Overall, first impressions are really positive. Can't wait to use these products more. And yeah, I haven't used a bunch of these. Like, I haven't used the Cheeryep palette with these singles, and I haven't used this like highlighter stick, and of course a bunch of shades of the highlighter palette I haven't tried. So I will see if I can incorporate that in some other videos. Otherwise, you will hear from me in a new makeup update. And that's gonna be it for today. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.